and watch Larry Dugbe. Where you could see a film.
Chivani.
Also, because on Chia. Now, mention Larry. But where you were film. And what Busam say? Now, me Tia as church elder, a Juma Yashishi, a Diabeko Yeni. Okay, Chivani. And that's it. We have contributed towards it.
If you're not Bibi was here.
Yeah.
Yes, you
It's a Nancy P. Chief. Say also Biribia Daoji Brenda Utie. In fact, among forward a lot of questions on a media and commoner so in as much as they had made that plus as one, almost you say minuses. A lot of the messages. Again, the other mechanic say the fact that you disagree with your mind and as a Larry and Ekosiisen and Andy, it doesn't mean that your best tool is to insult.
No.
And to say no my same fata.
It's out of place.
And no Emma and say Sebi when you be and when you at and say unim dear and your level of maturity for me. Yeah, because in your idea because you know by come on cry Andy Quaker. Make us and show you it be na men in your and at the Larry cano and at the make can do baby on them in your but to demonstrate say one unit as in Ghana for now ya dwene ntimi nkoben krobem ya betie once no obi aye accommodating for one another. If you cannot be accommodating, I don't think that team Ghana no open so a part of it because I cannot be the final person. You cannot be the final person. They be adano ye the good senieni ni akoso we are the yema ni padodo no then we all follow suit. Enti obi the party echi na say at a point in time I say I betina we are some of the times Andy Befro hey Crashy ish I hope I say we are over you maybe for body man I say oh quote the
yeah, sometimes
so I say
sometimes the Ghana business.
Yes, and sometimes even the references that oh John Mahama ba you understand and I have never been proud. I say loyalty continues to be key. Very important.
Yeah.
And the fact that Mia John Mahama Bana doesn't mean that when His Excellency the former president is not going the way Ghana wants him to go. I will say something kasa. It doesn't make me good.
It's a sock.
Me crowd me baby am jana hunel asasre cherubia me jina kenho me jina Ibrahimo. Just look at this person. So I don't have a choice than to continuously do what is required of me as a journalist.
Yeah.
It is enko ye woken meka enko ye we Ibrahima meka. They are so mature that after my work, I have a different relationship with them.
Yeah.
And the one says, aside journalism, Larry or because me my company will buy my penny pa, na down for pa, which with me, na down for pa, no, I brand you see. And you should just give us a little bit of respect. We are responsible young men. I'm getting to 50.
Wow.
Makosuku.
Yes.
Your family.
Yes.
50 years.
I'm getting to 50.
And your own effort.
So I think say am I you see at her because you know by a professor no only we can equally also choose to go and be MPs, ministers, chief executive, director general. Meaning says a title honorable never there as well as liable they be a seven. What we are saying we mean it or otherwise. We will continuously accept our faults and challenges as journalists. You're not 100% an institution. But and they be when we take onto social media, the NSM Fata or Larry Unshia and so someone make fun on as if on in the two city. So at that time we share Mr. Brother Kumasi. We name Mr. Brother and no a joint no mature. And so no if you have fun in this they be told social media. And some of bros about me, let me see brother. Now my you know who him Dana said so me didn't have a school class. I was school. I can't about 12 papa. Bella someone saying on countless occasions, what time baby amount for himself. Only me in your So we beg of our viewers and listeners, as human as we are, it is said that we be a man of God. He was a man before he became a man of God. So our the issue of a man and our a man of God. It was that Garulam says old funky tunes. There's no news. The deeds, so what I say, I hold down a dino and a betcher say, and Paul she said, you know, so we beg you, we acknowledge most of your messages, Abba. Now, the Almighty Electoral Commission matters arising. And the mayor will be at your pen. I was my mission here with you.
Good.
Electoral Commission.
Electoral Commission. Necessity as here to say. Yemra and Ashishe Electoral Commission. And a nipe bi enya ho kwan say. Omba ko tena ho edijuma. Edi aboa oman no abato. If you say asundue beba oman mu a ejina Electoral Commission so. Because obia ekọ abato a ospeniska na daagye ayem hihye wom ebufuo wom eni daso so kese wom enti obia okọ abato bi onu so obedi nkunim onim se oni nkunim akonko onim se obedi nkunim na bom se hihye no awia bom free transparent and fair odi nkuguo na obeji atum onu abehu se no adwuma no bebia de oye no de ohwere nyesa ne ba no nemum se kobose wentwi bi bemu a na chese enibire beba political parties no o wa bemu a de yisi be bia asabia yisi be sabia ye ne fe political parties o wa bemu ko ade a
unyitwi unyado
dabi asabia Electoral Commission be sa no ye ne fe o opposition ni tamfo kese ni Electoral Commission na me hu ni se eye hunehuna eye boapayo na omde ye Electoral Commission efi owura Joseph Ofori Boatina abreso edi ba Farijan Charlotte sei ansana mami Jemense mu abe take over ene Dr. Bosman tetemu sa na ekwaba na ye ba 2020 elections na kanina Farijamu wo hono hyase no na technology ni ho enti no enoma no mo ye ne na ye sonko pink sheet ni sanu mani nyina asesa ena Electoral Commission oni the staff strength obetumi dia adwuma no frinchem na mom ordinary tu nkofo bi so ebi ye teacher for ebi wo ha omo ye school for mawi a omo tifie ebi ye returning officers presiding officers say over 38,000 polling stations na polling stations bia wo ebi a 3 easy high staff or the multipliers and get it to 200 enti sankofo no unim adwen wo mutrim unim dwumadi ombedi enti di omo pe no wo man ntiti ye orientation bibia me my presiding officer da kopevi akwetema 1996 kiti na me presiding me polling assistant o Blessed Home School yes enoma bebre wo na easy o starting nya problems bro car say obetro di na voters register yes in fact me mebo mabaso so kwa mo fa so organize edintro no in the midst of COVID ya nhwe ni ya na obi kra yam hihiri so ahwe na COVID no kra no ebema yare na apagya nenso thermometer guns o me di bibia tutu na kwa pepepepe eno me yo madwuma exhibition on elections itself voting day ya kai 2012 me see here 2 days ene de to aba yes hey election materials edile we ama sankwa edu baby yesi biometric device no enya adwuma na freezy na ba nsem hwanyan ye di 2 days in a court eto aba ye declare a copy court ya yenim ye PM court this year 2016 smooth bibia neat Mami Charlotte say yes oni ho nkofo be fortune there but for me she did a very credible job say ono na person be appointing now we be transfer chairperson of Electoral Commission now we conduct to elections na ban lose big time
no appointing
president o man adwuma no we lose na we ko gina we be conference hall e we yisi we seche na no waka apemu we ya de mami Jemensa onu so abeto system no adwuma na oye no onu kontimi nye da oni nkofo bi o matra hwache ebi di 25 years ebi di 20 years omo ni intricate na wo mu nyina so omo se omo no be ye adwuma frenchim a omo betu no ye adwuma no frenchim so omo se omo so no omo di uhwambo a omo di uhwambo ma me so born omo den o ye ni de on the day of voting me problem counting apart from a few incidents of ballot snatches see was Senate West any BSC or the Chima South no be. For me, everything went on very smoothly. Name mumu a chire aprapra semono and no say ukotra say the minister declaration of results of EC ye bojo me ma call because 2008 because 2012 2016 a man call no 2016 I was there. Yes. Na
okay, so akosi bogu muntem na Hepa Plus mixture se menka say ade ba ko ehia omka say pan say and so person strengthen your immune system na say the baby to me akon infections Hepa Plus for some ana make actually Hepa Plus mixture boa ma wapo mudin won sem na timi adimu awie peyo prekope nti kope chira kwan your plasmos mixture so ekutia malaria just within 4 days ana heavy mixture so and also boy your immune system measure say for nitre Eben H Herbal Production and consult us on 0542 778 572 and 0549 463 akwesi to come
so na wedi ni juma na opposition main opposition NDC na almost there be nkuntabuo no ankoyi se ankoyi dia ene yempene protest ni ade abemua enne nyankopan dom ya tese omo de omkrata eko EC beje court supreme court ni ahwe de wom asem na NDC fo ka no omo onyina so court ebere ene be kire now mitimi akase edu baabi no na electoral commission omo deal with na NDC for raise a lot of issues edu baabi a na strategically na ma me kura be kan say seru nketo no twetwe no ni ade omo nyina a mind game and omo bo but for me say me mark na member easy 75 to 80% because enye easy bia no betuma ye election e be sin ne a problem my figures na change yes or can we ni or can later assessor figures ni ade but uhwere nyina emu a
but what the biggest opposition party what challenge with opposition any ekwan wa faso the abato no ehun komo abetudwa
isusu so no
obehwema NDC fo anka da sa abato yi ono fo aso se gitum se abato a yakoto no peace environment
and make us
omo fo asa dey so
and it make us be born abaso no because and nemrema aiti wo hacking asemi ma me shall to say kan dey next way anti hacking omo decentralizing no say region bia omo ye coalition into no be 16 regions no wakabu no declare into wa sembia ko base ne kokakan ko region ko district so and for me it's a plus because na yehu bi sada kade bia no from constituency na results na ba to EC office na IT for you no ye mo no enso yehu ni sa now nature say maame no wedi ndwuma yi na ohwe onu mom di returning officers presiding officers say obi wa awutu sunya polling station na candidate odi number 1 ya I mean sa enye Ghana ene koye o man bia mintimi wonse ni edi na bisi edi na kebisi so for rejected ballot incidence of rejected ballot very high in the history of this country 313,000 plus so 2.4 what is it yin to me ye and unim also mitisis na me oko across the Africa, especially the sub-region. Sana ni nyinate. Nigeria, the same. Liberia, the same. Tanzania, Kenya. Oho nyina mako. Uchwe, because mako mi be from data no. Uchwe figures na rejected ballot de bia 10. Make us say Nigeria for to aba.
27th.
Yes, Oma to about candidates in 30.
Wow.
Maku 30. No more crown boxes kitting. No, I have the video, the total form. No, it's a trip ni bien hua. Your man come and hear live report. Die, ye kind petem, ye shedem, near can you the unsus as one abetuja. That is what is happening. Ghana, a bet me see. And you know, me who say for me easy, even printing of ballot papers, pink sheets in Sano Meningan. Party phone will be a
let's do specifics. Now,
yes.
So the electoral commission. From whatever you have
for
said
me,
up to
electoral commission, yeah, dear. Remember the 80% for the conduct of the elections. NDC a raise query. And you made the pass almost say the court. The womb me and the wo. A court now. And you be who the trim so. And for so be a but for so bad. Returning officer cry, pink sheets, one true statement of the results in the year. That person should be dealt with, and not the easy person sitting in the head office.
Electoral commission for bit me wiabem. Commissioner bit me wiem.
Commissioner
commissioners bit me room.
Nobody.
Entity nan kase bit me wiem.
Now you can't. I just say, obi on no base, polling station wa boni trimu po. Say on no be din someone, on no be time din someone. But okowie oh say ka say okowie mu say NDC nya 5,000 ni ateso ayen 2,000 ni ada be calculate don call there
one ateso the bus one
asem na make say what teso say owie mu say because send the process ntie no from printing to the results declaration is a trophy you read actually parties nyina wo bi ntino and results so mo entawie obi assign into wo sign no wo hwe.
Right, I could see that Larry.
Yeah.
Commission, easy.
Yeah, I could see my 75 to 80. I think that he's so generous.
Remember, you Cape Coast lecturer.
I was so generous. Now, I think we have to break processes into various way, as in the events leading to, and then events after. So events leading to towards the voting process, and then the final voting. You can give way. I could side with him on the 70 to 80, but thereafter
I'm up to 12 purpose.
Yeah. Thereafter, and then the thereafter is the way. That is where the issue. Yeah. That is a honor assembly. Now, we all know how we got to this position. Yakwako Bobo, we bought away, and then referee declare. She was okay. Everything went well. Match commissioner, everybody. You won the election free and fair, over 1 million votes. Let's go by the argument. Then, next way say no referee crano Mrs. referee I'm changing the match commissioner.
So from Charlotte to say to Jay.
Thank you.
See now this one I disagree with you.
No, let me finish.
So what to see Akan now see
yes.
Over 900,000 votes.
Yes.
Through somebody.
When is this?
No, what I remember. The argument is simple.
Yes.
The details of who won the son on the day. You remember?
Yes.
But no say, me a referee. One am I kwanya se me referee. What pension no but me de no kredi ni madwuma no professor to ama unkuni di over 900,000 votes. Now a kwan bia ba mo de abome charge bia ba mo de abome mama nsa kira ya ba ni pafo fra betem to ankom no so
good.
Okay. See the pafo fro ba what a friend say what starting process and also changing way register and so on. Well, back and forth it went through. Now unye election da. Do you understand? So you don't go and put your friend saying a 24-hour deadline on your head.
Yeah, for declaring the results.
Yeah. You don't put a 24-hour deadline on your head.
It was an avoidable tension.
Thank you. Now, if you are giving the citizen 24 hours, it means your workers will have to do 8 or 5 hours. Do you understand? They have, 8
pressure almost.
Exactly, pressure almost. And so you saw the mistakes that came. Okay, the mathematical mistakes that came thereafter. You don't do that. So, I mean, being new to the process, you should even demand additional time. If you can't work within the 72 hours, you should even demand additional time. Exactly. Don't try to set a Guinness Book of, a world record. Exactly. You can't.
In your attempt to do that,
and now come and justify whatever it is that came, and Charlie, we are here where we are. This is not adding up. You are doing something and describing it as inadvertent. This is not. I mean, see. Then you have another situation where your friends say, now media people are declaring their own results. When they ask you, oh, where did you get this from? Eventually, Adumochi had to come to say that, oh, something came from MPP head, MPP.
I'm sorry, explaining who.
Oh, did you listen to that?
He was misrepresented or misreported.
But the video we watched,
he was not understood.
By
last
who?
time I checked, that was the explanation he was giving.
He was not understood by the video. Do you have it? You can play it for our listeners to listen to. That video was clear that things were coming, and he even added, say, he is going to investigate. What is he investigating if there was nothing wrong? Are you with me?
Yeah.
And then now, and Shishemu Ben or Siobe.
Say from Shobia Maya.
And by and then now Obe Shishim. I haven't listened to the subsequent ones, but he in the first one that I watched, or say or bet Shishim Omunya, and that he wasn't the only one who got figures from the MPP Coalition Center. And that's a basse, that's the implication. Say he did got some things wrong, they will find out. He will investigate. He's not the only one. TV3 is also on the chopping board. And I think multimedia is also on the chopping. No, multimedia. Okay, Joy.
We are not. Multimedia, we are not.
No, Joy. I think Joy. There was an issue about Joy as well.
No, the calling of the results and the figures that we put out.
Okay.
And lawyer Abechitemu. May now for more NDC. In fact, top members in the NDC. Yeah, Bana Niekano. Kiki calls. Where are you getting your figures from? Because the figures that we have here is different from the figures that you are calling. I'm saying, apart from the major political parties, NDC, MPP, Electoral Commission, one assign na yensi anemu for naji ediaba ye strong. In fact, they verify, double verify, and triple verify. And Sakrana,
strong room.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a reporter. Oh, consistency.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sir.
Oh, wait, pin sheet. We screenshot it. Raw for presidential.
And Sakrana,
yeah. And
Yajatum kra.
But yes, sir, Obiti.
Without
the pin sheet, no.
Because even that room there, one, Nipa, almost your money munyam ebe tie Medina chino. They will not sacrifice their integrity for such a thing. No, and not just 2-3 people be. And like I say, you collaborate here, no. It's about 20-something people. Almost you can't buy all these people. It's just them finally them can say we are just a conduit. When the figures are ready, they bring it to us down, and then we'll push out those.
There was something that happened, but the video that I watched with Poladumotri's program, where Joe Anoche of NCA said MPP within a certain hours, by 12 hours, they had all the results. Okay, and the specific case of Techiman South, Joe Anoche said that they had 51,000 and over for President Mahama, former President Mahama.
Presidential.
Exactly. And then they had 46,000 for Nana Akufo-Addo. And so they were, they had that. Now, then EC results that came showed, it was rather President Mahama had 52,000 plus, but President Akufo-Addo's number, as declared by Anoche's way video and as a coalition way, was still 46,000. Then you ask yourself, so how? I mean, if the MPP way coalition center was up to scratch, how come they are reporting 51,000 plus as opposed to 52,000 that eventually came from the EC? Do you understand? Oh, you are not getting
Matthias, yeah.
Exactly.
The MPP is reporting a different figure
Exactly.
from that of the
from
electoral
that of electoral commission. 51,000 as opposed to 52,000 that the electoral commission is claiming. Meanwhile, then these politicians had come out to tell us that, listen, they were up to, John Boyd, I remember, said within 12 hours, a serious political party as MPP had everything. And that, using that to just say that the NDC was nowhere close to, whatever it is that was happening. So how come the discrepancy? 52,000 and over as opposed to 51,000 that came from MPP. Now, then we have a situation where MPP had the results for presidential. Meanwhile, Jane Mensah had told us the presidential results for Techiman South wasn't ready, and that even if it comes, it won't change anything. Mm-hmm. So MPP had it, but EC didn't have it.
Are you worried about that?
Yes, you should be worried.
But the MPP had reps there.
No.
The NDC had reps
exactly,
there.
but then the EC, that is the final arbiter, didn't have it.
Maybe a communication, but maybe a system, put two figures together. Because we might get figures that electoral commission could be no money. Simply because of ABI system I use you
are not following. Then eventually the results that came is not up to the number that they had, the MPP projected.
Okay.
And so there's a discrepancy between the MPP results and then the EC results eventually. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At the time, this is about, if 12 hours they had it, the MPP had it within 12 hours after the voting, and the EC after 20 how many hours they didn't have it, then still there's an issue.
There's a problem.
How many of such cases are we dealing with? Where, numbers had come down. Where the media had projected a certain number. However, whatever came out from the EC wasn't adding up, was different. These are critical issues that we need to look out for. So that as media people, we will not be at the beck and call of politicians who want. I mean, nobody will go, nobody is ready to go and be the bearer of bad news. So use this to tell your people that this is what we have. You have 51,000, declared 51,000. Your presidential candidate was still within 46,000. However, your opponent who had 52,000, you were rather declaring 51,000 for your opponent. And I'm saying Techiman South, it's a critical point to ask the question as to how come MPP had 51,000 as opposed to 52,000. Okay, and how come the EC?
What was the EC's number?
EC's number was 52,000 and over. And so where did the 1,000 go from the MPP declaration? How come the MPP had that number and then projected it at the time when the EC didn't have it?
I'm getting the information that Joe Anochika said there were about 230 outstanding pink sheets on that Techiman South or whatever results. 230. Okay, let me just. Omar Larry should stop distorting the facts. In the third video, Joe Anochi acknowledged that there were some 230 pink sheets outstanding, some of which was from Techiman South. The fact is, where is the NDC's counter figures?
Okay, let me answer that.
Okay.
Should I answer?
Yeah.
How many? Let's do the math. How many polling stations are in that constituency? Such that at the time he was saying this, there were 251.
Not all the 230. There were some outstanding pink sheets, numbering to about 230. Some were in relation to
their projections and the figure that they
they wouldn't be projecting.
I'm coming. The figure that Joe Anoche put out was based on the pink sheet that they had at that time.
Okay. But still, 230 were outstanding. Not all being Techiman South.
So if you are saying that the EC finally declared 52,000, then perhaps the remaining polling stations.
So we need to check.
But again, let me answer that. There again, how come whatever came, didn't affect President Akufo-Addo's results, because then the 46,000 was still what it was.
Are you sure?
Yes, the 46,000 plus was still what it was. There's a video, you can play it. The 46,000 was still what it was. Okay, so outstanding or not, President Akufo-Addo's vote was still around the, the 46,000.
Whatever it is, they all pointed to this. There's a challenge.
There's a challenge.
Okay.
There's a challenge.
I think that the Chiman South has been an issue of contention, right?
And again, for me, then the question is, EC didn't have results from Techiman South, but a political party had. And she declared, and said 12 hours before, MPP had the results, but 48 hours or 24 hours later, EC didn't have it, and it declared the results at the time when, for instance, they didn't have the results.
The Techiman South.
Techiman South.
We called the elections when we said as we call now.
Yes.
There are about 3 constituencies. Almost figures, MI. Those under contention were Sene West, Techiman South, and I've forgotten the other one.
Yeah.
But per yen kunte buonne de yekudi say yekekasi ani kwade de nyina beka ho, which is impossible, say the other party nyebi ye nyina beka ho a kire say Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ono ne edi ekan oni nkunim wadi kan. So what I say yen kunte bu a whilst we wait for the other 3 or 2 under contention.
Okay.
Yes, that has been the norm. So, look at how we called it. So what I say. So I am not surprised that party beating the baby. No, any project. I will take what the Electoral Commission says.
Yeah.
But I'm worried because NDC, different figure. Even within the NDC, 3 figures for Techiman South. Now, if you get to MPP, almost 1 figure. So, what's happening?
What exactly? How can we have different
what's
results?
happening?
I think that
I say Yakobo football. Exactly. You get it.
Going to court.
Exactly.
Yes.
And,
but you see, then the EC hasn't helped itself. Okay, hasn't helped itself. They are picking and choosing what to respond to and what not to respond to. So, date we don't know the content of President Mohammed's petition to the EC. Do you know the petition to the?
There was a petition.
The petition
from the minority.
No, from President Mahama, the one that according to Rojo Metal he was asked to go. He and Pesa White were asked to go and talk to President Mahama, and that Jane said she wanted to discuss something with President Mahama. And that it was while they were on their way, then they heard that she was declaring results, and that when the petition was brought, they were told that they should leave it at the reception. So Jane didn't even collect the petition, as opposed to what happened under Dr. Afarijan when MPP had issues with 2008 and petitioned him. And he decided to call everybody, including the Peace Council and so on, so that they could sit down and trash everything out. And it was at that discussion where they decided, say, listen, let's go to time. And that time was going to make the difference. You get it? What is the content of that petition? Again, Jane has not responded to whether or not the claims of Rojo You get it. Okay. But then subsequently you also hear issues about go to court. You see, can we do a thing where between the 4 of us seated here, we decide that we're in the chrono and that let's pursue the truth first. It is when we disagree on the truth, then we can call in, an external force. You and I had a discussion the other day where I said, listen, Jane brought herself to this point where you see civil society and then in society and so on, they are not there for nothing. They are there for times like this.
And advice
exactly. Then you collapse iPad or is it iPad? Sorry, I keep saying iPad. You collapse iPad and then went to
iPad was in section.
And then went and formed this way.
Aside the
advisory board,
But the discussions that came from IPAC, you know, I mean, you followed. Every day there was tension.
It's just because parties go there with a formed opinion. This is what we are going to do, intransigent stance. So IPAC no, I run it. You understand? They are not even bound by it. IPAC is just an advisory body where you go and judge. And if you like it as an electoral commission, I'll take it on board.
Okay.
I don't speak for them though. No, but if you understand the working of IPAC, Afarijamo, Ediba, it's just to judge between the political parties before we take a decision. This is what we should do.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's just Omani. It goes beyond let's judge. If we like, we take it on board. No. IPAC or the political parties are stakeholders in the election.
In fact, most of our elections they've affected those changes.
Exactly. They are critical stakeholders. And he knows, stakeholder consultation. And what that does, because then you want to deal with issues of mistrust, then that thing. So then you bring them on board. Now, can you do that so that at the end of the day, you make why sure that you won't get to that point where you need, an external force, as in an external intervention. Now you move away from there, and then you went and created an advisory body. Advisory body is supposed to be led by who? Emil Short. Have you heard Mr. Emil Short in this particular election? So what is the use of that advisory body? What has been the outcome of it? What has been the outcome of that advisory body?
Okay.
What has been the outcome?
Let's talk about Andy. Larry, Cape Coast University lectures no more mark here. Grading so dangerous. Larry Mesa bounce because where is the other interesting point? But Maminti Andy on electoral commission.
On electoral commission, let me say the 24-hour declaration statement now. Electoral commission, yes, partly you say it wasn't proper, but listen, nothing bounds you from setting a target and working towards achieving that target. It's because of the way our movement feel is more decentralized or more processes. And until I had an opportunity to have one-on-one with one of the commissioners as to the way forward, the elections, the 24-hour declaration, promise now with the mind, one church, one will say no. We are only accepting regional results. Yeah. The way I no, from constituency, what they call region, regional results. So we are only expecting 16 regional results, and in doing so, declare. Unlike you are taking all the 275 constituency results, a deep problem, Beba. Now, Busan say, you are adding another layer to the process. That is, say, anchor from constituency to region, and then region before Beba no so no. On that score, no, they think that accepting the regional results, it will be faster. So I think, circumstances beyond the electoral commission control made it impossible. So, where
circumstances created by Yankasa,
there be somewhere natural. Baby and show toy and I say for our more quality and show a toy. I want to mean say electoral commissioner now and my phone a cast in show. These were circumstances beyond their control. But I think when you say elections, now you declare attention at the back. Even before the election, Kasano investment bibia hold it up.
Yeah.
Inti ebia omo feel say masa yen na free ho ye timi yen na ye declare intent ma. And you might be kakra bi na to chima, and it's a human institution and they are bound to make mistakes, and that is why they are there. So going forward no. I mean they're straightening the edges na nyema akosuye. Number 2, Gosika will be about the staffing about microphone recruit here. Just to help her, be more in the process. Yeah. And I think, sir, this is something we must begin to also drum home to the government or governments. So mobile, they shouldn't limit or reduce the electoral commission's work to elections. Yeah, me say, we are making electoral commission and election machinery until election be by yenti omonka ni na sefo. They should make it very effective and all omuma musika. Yeah, because Supreme Court ruling no crown. Yeah, me say after the election petition, omo can say abrabia is say electoral commission district offices via registration timi koso. We should ask ourselves, say, Master, do we have all district offices in Tata or more personnel sir registration koso? Intina yeah me say COVID ya I was among the Nkrofo ya say oh say COVID ya by dia any Madam James and electoral commission and yeah mo man use old voters register no na Nkrofo mo register no na mo konko register but on my promise say no we will do it COVID or no COVID we'll put measures in place and I think that the standard bearer of the NDC then John Dramani Mahama Nkrofo P Babebo electoral commissioner but say oh in spite of the COVID-19 omutimi organize the registration exercise what they are saying fine that is a plus. Yeah, me say they came out with something like let the citizen know. They were communicating frequently with the Ghanaian public
through a parallel committee.
Okay. through the media. Through the media, no. Now the citizens now at every point in time now or more reform Nyama or more Yanina Sefo. And I think sir the Electoral Commission and I think the media that is where I'll give them some high points. Before, during, and after the elections, no media here, Juma. Keeping Ghanaians informed. Even the voter education, say abakwa to abanyina na omoye. Inti omahin electoral commission. Omay yade. Yeah, me say the only issue, and I went to observe the elections for Eastern region. I led a team from the Atamils Institute. Omahin. Listen, unlike Myanmar Eba elections, ya witness it, me makwako observe it. Now we verify a problem in Bang. Where I open the poll as part of the observation rules, you must choose a polling station. I'll be open polls, and I came back there to close the polls. War Kofobia Polytechnic. That is the university. Yeah. Masa, who do card no call verify? Until by 3 o'clock, we free from New Drabin South, North, Ebuakwa South, Ebuakwa North, Eba, Akropong, Kokre. Omahini, Upeso to Aba, the way I'm here, I mean, Omu Titi Nobes no sono. Oh, Massa Opeso to Aba by 3 o'clock, they know be out to about. It was peaceful. Because share EU for yenina yeko massa the same report, the same statement na ya make it. Yeah, me say the declaration. Yeah. After the declaration, yeah, me say figures be computation be computational error and the assembly.
What the becho ewo ejumedi eti say about what the becho.
Wow, o my mrem me and sa computation. Any head office for what training will be, what chain sending your calculative figures, what man orientation, what jatum party phones or collation center. Yeah, the pink sheets in now go party phone will be a collation center now, also calculating the best food. Exactly. And it's a war now. Ya kind what fine. It had any coach well.
Now, man, say Dr. Farijan, I can say elections are won at the police station. When me Saba back to the Kufrudia Technical University to close the polls, we say agents, MPP 2, NDC 2, and something happened. There I say, what is happening? MPP agents 2, no more smartphone. I have such a me were giving the collation sheet. What do I say? when omu ya then and I will try a pet. But I was the other parties, I was waiting to see say are they going to do same? You did actually call the Ekosiisen Center, that is the constituency one, the municipal assembly, or you call her. Massa, that one to you see say Ejuma Koso, and but some people were like, no money. So if a particular party very serious at more result from more agents in a record time, that should tell you say you were not prepared very well. And now who could do a Jumano Mono, they were not up to task. Because we man ya massa or try pa and I'm saying I didn't would cause oh yeah send it
it's very significant sir or site way eastern region. Do you remember the double results that came from there? Where first one was declared by Madame Faith
was it not declared minus
no wait I'm coming. So then it was declared, the result sent, press conference even announced. Later on, then the I'm told sir it was the MPP guy who was diligent enough to say that, do you know something, this another constituency hasn't been added, and that it's Ayenswano. Exactly. I mean, okay. So, I mean, how do we get there? That EC officials didn't know.
But EC officials, Mr. Larry, don't overstretch it, because EC officials, they've gone through training like we are. Background checks are not properly done.
Sure.
Kwabna Santi, a teacher ni, and also Oya Kwada, where we used to all train the results actually to Kuso. If you say averagely, no. Or that common sense now, which in the engineer.
No, but this madam, this the returning officer, that is what an employee.
It's a different matter.
The faith.
You see,
returning officer.
Returning officers are not employees of the EC.
Okay.
They are hired. They are a district director.
Okay, this is the regional director.
Yeah.
This is the regional director. Exactly. So I mean, she an employee of the institution.
Yeah.
She should have checked all that all the constituencies had come. Now it didn't come. So then she declared one only for a party agent to discover. Said this is what had happened. Okay. Then they had to do a new one. In doing a new one, then. By the time, not all the party agents had left the place except this MPP guy who was at the regional office, and then he was the one, because he discovered the thing, and so he had to stay there, and then they had to do the whole, pink sheet, the pink sheet again. Is that correct? Now, when the director of election, as the one at the headquarters, Sweetwar, when he was confronted as to how come the confusion within the numbers. Also, they discovered later this guy, Iswejaman hadn't been added to the results. So are we dealing with Ayenswano, or we are dealing with Iswejaman? Do you get what I'm saying? And diligence could have resolved a lot of these things.
Party agents are there.
So you see,
a problem.
It's a human institution.
And we are party agents. Now
it's a human institution.
The party agent is not paid by the state.
The job,
the person who is paid by the state.
That is why you are there.
Yeah.
Teachers. Party agent, we interest level no crown. I was
we state electoral commission.
No party agent now constituency make can win him.
Nti let me say finally NDC I indicated per the press statement now can say you go to court.
You go to court
to seek redress. Yeah. And I think that for me it's another victory for our democracy. Sure. To deepen the dispensation, to settle this matter once and for all. You are already as a Mameka. And the NDC has also indicated that they will continue with their demonstration and protestations, which is, I think, is legally allowed. What we will require and we will beg of them is that such protestation shouldn't degenerate into any violent incident.
But for me, say
that is my only caution.
We see, I say obeko quarter, and my court in any
I say legitimate within the law.
Oh yes.
And protest. What's the problem?
Yes, but
and he's described the election as rigged.
Yes, that is.
But I'm not a lawyer. But when you take an issue to court,
now who protest?
Now who protest?
What the pressure to court?
Contempt. In some lawyer. I mean,
yeah, matching.
What they are saying no court. Say court.
But me matching.
What they are saying no court. Say court. Judges. There be what they are saying no court. Say court enka. Na court. So ebe kan say na osi me co protest.
Inti me sorry I mean me continue brass sporting ka say. Me di ya kwa ma fa so a.
Let's just say one a why?
That is why your party is in court.
Listen,
because if you are not careful,
Obianim said nipe who you see no.
Contempt of court.
Obianim said nipe who you see no. But once all freeze you are still allowed to mourn.
Let me say, apart from the computational error now, and pockets of issues some coalitions, some of the electoral officers, yes, these higher staffs were not up to tax. I think that is an institution that we must not bastardize. We must always support that institution to grow. And Akosia Mamu 85. I know Mamu 75.
Yeah, but it's 75 to 80.
Until
yes, 80.
Okay, do 8.
Yeah, no, but I was asking.
Larry, the other day, I was a cake with first grading project. I'll give them 80. I'll give them straight 80.
Pockets of,
and I think that there is more room for them to improve, which I think they will improve.
When do we stop calling 8 deaths? 8 deaths or shooting incidents, injuries, and many other infractions isolated cases? When do we stop calling it isolated cases? I'm coming. No, so 8 deaths are isolated cases.
Meba. It's unfortunate.
Yes, but so injuries have occurred.
Let me tell you. Sir, omu to abawo monimu ha say. Na ntokwa bi si o cycle. You say because the elections violence abana.
Kangam, you mentioned
meba.
No. That's a second incident.
Yeah, so but many a time that is how people judge say the election has been characterized with violence. Because AC into question of baby na election day ntino abra take place for the polling station. Now so election no there na violence. So that one that is what we are all calling. That is what we are all calling.
How about Dr. Case?
I am say the chief constable of the land, the IGP, I instructed ni CID boss omonhwehwem yeah say before I call a smash break obaba bekan or your press say they are picking up that matter and we investigate it and say yeah we should be on their toes say they should investigate and bring the perpetrators to book. That is all because we not support it.
Deaths occurred. There were deaths. There were shooting incidents. There were before. Yes, exactly. Before young girl and man. So for 8 people, injuries have occurred, and we can't continue to describe these things as isolated cases. I don't think that they are isolated.
That word isolated.
No, it is not isolated. 8 deaths and they are isolated. Kaswa, there was a shooting incident as well. The gun, the shooting and the injuries and then the deaths. And these are not isolated cases. They are not isolated.
You see, I think voter education is very important. The civil societies, they should also make it critical. Say they should also educate the Ghanaian public what voting in as for. Masa when you don't me to my banner, me call na omu koleti na me bam behwe. Yaso
Sini West akwaya okufi box. You body choku na.
Masa, I don't know coffee box.
And then Kumase. Listen, do you remember say what happened? There were videos said there was a guy who was arrested by the police.
Sometimes he was
that he had some
After
extra
that-
with presidential ballot papers, and that he was stuffing some. As one say.
Yeah.
What has happened to him? And now it is even more imperative that something should happen to that guy, because then after the election, see the number of ballot papers. We started seeing videos of those ballot papers in communities and so on.
EC came
And
out.
it's about
Social media there.
Saying,
So we are going to wrap up on social media.
Social media.
Like, why are they so there?
What they are.
I've done a
Because
statement on social media.
so hurting.
Yes.
Most of the time, very worrying.
Yeah.
In fact, trend in Ankasa pure Ghana is very disturbing. Because you are a bit to me office of John Dramani Mama letterhead. No, Oma yet say John natural and Nanado natural and a ministry being a debate to
everybody said we conceded defeat hours before there.
Yeah, but you better try that in commercial. Well, Franco trading enterprise me custom cars up iPhone, Samsung, Nokia, smart TVs, tabletop fridges, ni na bi ato ho obonye bi hono kai hunu se ka Franco dia. Na ono ye your leading mobile phone accessories and electronic retail outlet and they one abo abusua hodo na ankasa. Franco Trading Enterprise say from 0246 422-338 and 055-5939-311. Franco so say ebia person no mudi dwakra o de just Obomodiana call website one ma www.francotrading.com. Ubehu mo na watimi ne di eye inkita Belaqua active 16 bottles promo so ene de Christmas emuni ono Belaqua say one de share sonko akwema from October to January 2021. Every pack of Belaqua ought to be active, ought to be one amount 4 extra bottles. Say the usual 12 bottles per pack no ubenya 16 bottles per pack. Na we share sonko a bronya bosome no ene afefu fry bi simntina one de sa share we ede aba Belaqua active, stay true to originality enti channel so na tusa anamono na one Belaqua for eningita Seahorse adwumako so gusu kai o say ene Seahorse engine oil high quality engine oil aba Jazana Seahorse 15W40 ni CI4 enso dwaso a eboa na brawuhia hye no utosa oil way free Seahorse for aba ebebo e kwansrongo so make out say Seahorse engine oil no your special grades one man mechanic and driver for any car owner for betimi de djuma sonko say oil overhauling of your engines any standard engines no ebo kwansrongo so say open quality, reliable and value for money. Make Seahorse your number one and preferred choice. For 0244577559 and 050-119-0488. Global Lighting so guso cultural say the exterior and interior lighting type bia piano, commercial and residential projects bia spotlights, chandeliers, pendant lights, anafe light bia piano, bomodia na oni Global Lighting for any kita na bibia enko kama enfama one head office no me say light papa fie in Kania papa fie one head office no was Spinters Road Victory Junction Google Map location no enter Soro Mall na obehu one wall Osunso Oxford Street relocated between ADB Bank and a papa look out for one signboard no in Cranso opposite GT Bank Opera Square and a Kumasi opposite Palace Shopping Center, Santasi. One Facebook on here, Global Lightning Center, and a WhatsApp. So I'll be dinky town here 057 061 1047. Global Lighting Center. Yajia to say our key solution to quality lightning in Kania Papa Efi and the Hodom. Now, Makoso Abon Kaye, you as you say, and idea, Biasron opesa anopa no ejaba oni pedue no tesa ampa in Kenya sonko abapa Nescafe sweet and creamy and ese o de hye edanase ni hwanu kra kekekra no e ma oti apose o be hye danase ye pa just one Ghana cedi na unya a cup of hot water as part of an awesome breakfast into one Ghana cedi no e ma new Nescafe sweet and creamy one way know to me edia abogubo na odi ahye danase ka hunu se Nescafe sweet and cream no a boy ye pa ma otimi hye danase ye e wo kwanso nkoso kra Vodafone red trader so ka say business owner bia o dream is in control of your business make sure total control but a better than asa eye enisuade we anasa da esun etimi abem on say on hye bia gu akwema eboa na a monitor o sales no na say take inventory inti Vodafone for say fa ho beka sa hye we na emo kwanso nkoso kra ka hunu say opese oti ase ye na o download omo red trader app na from Google just a 30-day free trial just call 0302 334040 0302 334040 na what many one edi eye enkita o ma bi atimako because ebusuafo share studio am say Kwasi Ajiman e wa hanum say Akan News editor multimedia am say Sansona eye Andy can come so anafe Larry Dogbe so e wa hanum say what was the last time what Dr. Rakubu Benga
metin catch
yeah how much we check when
when you kind after shooting
I think that he's been consistent in way a lot of his discourse on election and other things. I mean, you see, in politics, consistency is everything.
Yeah.
When you give a false signal, you are done and out. And I think that, I mean, we need to commend him for that.
So, Dr. Rekubi, maybe able to be
but Obisa question business here. Or say, are we going to have the way election petition televised live, like the way 2012?
It will not be. It will be good.
You know what?
And I think that with the manual now, Chief Justice
42 days.
42 days. No, so attention. If you recall, no,
8 months.
8 months. There, no, na.
I know shit.
Investment.
But I mean, Jane Mesaman who 24 hours so. And then you buy. And he said also, if you are also putting a deadline on your head, you should just be a little careful.
But there's a breakdown.
No, there's a breakdown as to the processes, the way out.
Yeah, human institution, things could fail. Somebody could, and law. I mean, see.
No, some amendments.
Larry, if we don't set
amendments to have been made.
A lot happens in the court.
You are not a party to the election.
A lot happens in the court where you could somebody can file something in between. I don't know how this whole process is going to work up to.
Third parties will not be allowed to join.
It's the same parties who are filing the thing.
Amendment.
The same parties who will be filing.
Supreme Court.
But I think the Chief Justice will have to, tell us issue a statement as happened under Georgina Wood that listen, the thing was going to be televised. And in that demand, Gabi them make here. Do you remember that?
Now doing this at the US Embassy or something. And also they will sponsor it.
Yeah.
So this one too, no mumra out.
Exactly.
Yes. No mumra can.
Yes.
Ever
had drink. Then you fuel the suspicion more. What you say?
So,
you will still be fueling the suspicion.
Life or no life?
Oh, about life I'm pay. Send the bay.
I'm alive. What will happen?
Oh, the suspicion,
I was a sponsor.
Oh, Kwame Ahemuwa. You go social media.
Okay, so yeah, for social media, guys, that was about a lot of text messages. But it's been an interesting discussion. In fact, I'm sure say when Obi takes the seat, free, I'll be here. This time,
Obi will remember.
We can continue the conversation. It's left with health, education, security, and other areas as well. But social media. Yeah.
Okay, let me take it up. I quite remember 2014, me be on new media, the same thing. Say radio and new media opportunities and challenges. Na banana and one in a day bano. Na nipa dodo na dream say one fini yeah. Na traditional media no crowd begu. But o share fake news na social media na. Listeners and viewers, they always want a confirmation from the traditional media. And sana asemiba omajieni. And na acquire say nipa na omukura smartphones no nipa dodo na ensentre dwuma no kura omuni hu machi ne dia ni say wanya video na wato atum na yekoso na political parties no so ebinum so abopobone na omudi hyekire na omudi ye normal. I can tell you say in some social media people be bridging edu be say John Mahama concede na nadu say one be jedi say yanka no radio so as a banka adom joy news anka traditional media anka one be jedi but cyber crime unit of the police service I say so mom so na sankofo na omo hyekire na mo splashy fake news ni ade e social media no hadwin say asema to obi akwanhia si instead of say ubekwa boa victims no kura ni phone no video no dey to social media wanya den obi ko restaurant choba akwa no kodidia wetwa no or the any status or the any DP or no so free
we call it citizen journalism.
We so free efun eda ho ye na efun ye twa na enye akwa se emfasodi a esika social media no edi breye no afere emfasodi no kura mum ye de ato nchen o ena enomahunu ensemuhunu beka na we kan we vulgar expressions ni ade video nsem wanya nkofo pepa mo enye amwa yindi no esese emra ye djuma esese semra ne be hihye
ye social media no
I'm telling you because say the econo say ye mankofo bebredi o makoma die chire a wan hwede ye de ogya mum meba because ukaya yes o soje ni bi o makoburu nkofo esisa na asem bi esi wo different country na o akofaba enya asem
okay mess about so Ekosiisen every room there Larry Kofi Japan maybe one of your bold guys.
Oh yeah, Kofi.
He's a nice guy. He's a very good guy. Hey, Kofi Japan. Very nice guy.
Kofi is like a brother.
I see.
Yeah, Kofi is like a brother. Yeah.
Kofi Japan.
Kofi is like a brother.
Larry, now what you are getting?
Kofi.
Check where you are sitting.
Kofi is a brother.
Okay.
Brother.
So Larry.
Yeah.
Social media.
I think that it has both good and bad, but it depends on the twist you put to it. So with journalists, we can't be everywhere at the same time. So, like I said, somebody would have to witness it and then, prompt you, say, "Adia way na, esiwa, can you go into it?" And so, and mobile phone. And as a smartphone has made a lot of these things very easy, easy, and had gotten to a point where people have now become what I mentioned earlier as a citizen journalist. But these are people who don't have any level of training. Yeah. You get it? Mm-hmm. You, a trained man, would want to, even though you witness the thing, sometimes you want to wait until you talk to the police for confirmation. Say, okay, but you've witnessed the accident, all right. But if you are not calling for an a quick response, you have to wait. Say, police for Bebaho, fire service for Bebaho, and many other, state institutions which are mandated to do, A, B, C, D for them to come. But the other guy who is not trained, you'll say, hey, Asemaba. Let me put it out there. In the process, say ebia me mama and I say me papa, and I'm not expecting that kind of bad thing to happen to him or her, but upon seeing that video on Facebook and WhatsApp, it could trigger a certain way condition, and heart attack to me afremo, a man forbid to me, others can develop stroke out of all those things and so on. But it's not far-fetched. It's the management of all that. Right. That is what it is. Like he said, Ekosiisen said, cyber crime unit will have to up their game. Sure. I saw a video about where Osu area Moho. Sorry, no Osu. Flare Road, you know, so Cantonment, that area. Our police for a boo way, you know, some people. And the comment that came, they said, oh, this had happened just this election. Meanwhile, it's something that happened under Professor Mills. That land in question belongs to Nana Kondedwajima Rollins there. And she was fighting over it, you know, with the Osu, you know, traditional, you know, council and so on. And so then they wanted to eject Kente Weavers, you know. And then they were not ready to move. In the process, the police stormed there and then started, you know, doing whatever they did. So it's an older video, but it was shared during this election. Say, listen, these are party boys. You know, Abai hits your Mwesi Kroma and all that. Okay. You know, so I mean, we need to just manage a lot of those things. Only Facebook, only WhatsApp.
And a Larry can say,
well, okay, we never say so. It's like Ekosiisen anti bafu bunny. We call really good from. I don't know much. Yes, if you need this, so Mr. Bafu bunny, Ekosiisen anti bafu bunny also have a shapa. Babu. Yeah.
Ekosiisen can Larry, I can say, social media no, I want a good side. Say. For speedy information dissemination in ASEFO. Here, but will be kofa bibia now wa twisty wo betimi akwa kofa picture bi now the BBS so I mean now they sell. No problem no. Obi betimi akwa create account bi obi dim now the niema send them fata. But I think so all boils down or comes to one thing say as I say the cyber crime unit of the Ghana Police Service I think say UNDP aboa mo set up fefe and those behind those, yeah now we bring them to books to serve as deterrent because some of the portals crowd kanya masa and say kind crowd because it will damage your brain.
But Omar, what's your position on my name second your point you are down for? And I think you have some
choices now very unfair.
Yeah, to bend down President Mohammed's house.
But no matter the reason he has, it's very
and
unfair.
if listen, you can go and arrest a journalist, detain him for hours. The same Ken Yebua should deal with his friend Kennedy Japan.
Onyana down for a citizen of Ghana.
It doesn't matter. No, that his friendship has come in between.
No.
You get it.
One is about the law.
I think that if
it's about
a petition
the law,
has been
if it's about the law,
has been presented
it's not about
to
friendship.
the police service for him to be invited.
See, apply.
I think that.
So let's take off that.
But how come in one instance he monitored social media and discovered said this is what this boy was doing, the journalist was doing, and invited him, he detained him. In another instance, traditional media and social media had been used for a threat like that. Bend down the former president's house.
So what is that?
Jesus.
We should make sure plus journalists.
Yes.
Who petitioned? One a petition.
I think I heard Abraham Amaliba.
Yeah.
I can say the petition.
Apart from that, we should also be on the
Mm.
toes of the security agencies.
Yes. So they should.
Listen, Rwanda became what it is because of search utterances. Swale died because of search utterances.
We should be moderate in that comparison. Because your crossroad.
Yes.
In as much as these commentaries are quite offensive, we have to also manage our situation.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, say, young person Ghana begins. Maybe careful. We agree with your cause, but we should also manage
the situation. So all we want is that Ajubro. Now, those that need to be invited.
And some people untouchable.
Never in Ghana.
I don't think that
the Lord does not say that.
It's not respected. Nobody is above the laws of this country.
The Lord doesn't say so.
President Man said, "Mna be away books mu nyina yedwuma."
Okay, so 0302216545. Nipa be enum bi na fe wrap up 0302216546. 0302216545. Na I was over 31st. You watch Nigeria.
Bebo, sorry.
I ritual.
Meko sorry.
Apostolic Empowerment Ministry. Apostle Salas. I see. Well, I was in baby. Okay, hello, good evening. Yes, you are Bushia.
Obama ni
All right.
In fact, 2 o'clock, my monitor program na. In fact, much professional journalism. Ba na go na sa reportage na ebinu ina ya na to social media na be sire senka emra wo ma obi biara we reporting false reportage to social media I be create tension e was system no and can block ni line ya be sire ya and mo discuss no in fact ma pum na baso me sire say political parties no both A and B na ye na ye no ye ni baba ko it mo me fight common goal aye this o man Ghana na go consider mo nyina
Yeah, that's CP. Good evening, Apom saying.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir, you too.
My name is Patrick Larry, police this to be up and doing this to come out to tell us what is it about Ahmed the patrol. I tell now, we journalism, it do the most common of funny street because I don't know if you know police don't know me, and the only work based on intelligence and support. What if they say as a police, they identify the killers, but they can't find them where they are in. A woman they can't say they identify them. And the same thing at the end, but I'm still about the castle to the ground for an extra. Yes, every way to know what is the thing that I say. And then stupid another man, we have but
okay, yeah, that's CP on this matter. But we'll raise another point. Yes, and Joe also, young Kasa, and I must see it, and I enjoy doing so. Yakokazan, I must see my pressure. It is here. I was say, consider here, your daddy, I better. Okay, good evening, I hope to say. Wadarma and China, they are reciprocal. I don't know if I feel and commentary.
Yeah, now, media,
unfortunately, Wahomano, Kaujina baby, ye can crab my MC.
I feel it.
Atokasa.
Yeah, I make only say, you say, back on, but say, journalism. Now, they should, especially media and customer being more hard. Because the idea says, so that no can report this and read this. But this out, you know, grant, your colleague and they can have essential application 20 years because you can get you just imagine what will happen. If I believe can phone ever Sam former president, the president is John Palmer. So maybe what happened. I think the blame, much of the blame must be given to the media itself. Because you need the fourth estate. I agree because the moment can't so I think that the media.
Okay, so what boy a charge that sometimes we shouldn't allow certain personalities also. Yeah, we should give them blackout. What boy a charge? Okay. Hello, good evening.
But Kennedy won one.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, my name is only Japan.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, I'm about to start with the cinema. Me, I tell you, I have no me father said, no person who punish you. Now, couldn't tell you a comforter. Let the outcome, they go someone else to die. It's immediate. A Kamika can answer the young book with Panaka. If I now, and then I take ya, another sign I can see. Because in this way, after I told you, Kunaka got the so fast. Nakayakupa, you knew who is Ada. Because the command is my policy, MIS, and I said, so Koku. I hear the go one side. It's in America there. Look, you can't have or maybe we'll you and we'll wow.
Wamanyene babina sante, wamanyene babina sante, she watena